Shalom Shalum Mashpaka. Watchman Yirmiyahu of the Qadashayam of Yasharal. I'm just going to take a moment to expose some more of these false light agents that are out here that people just gravitate to and flock to, that will most assuredly lead you astray. I'm going to point out a very blatant error and obliterate it with the scriptures. Baruk Yahuah. So the scriptures are our objective standard for truth, morality, instruction in wisdom, and what they call sin, which is chata, and it's crimes. Okay, going against the will of Yahuwah. It's the things that are established, written, and taught directly from His Word. And I'll show you the scriptural support for that indisputable truth. But first, let's listen to what these guys say, and let's see if you can spot the error.
That there's some sort of satanic obligation that they have with the devil, this pact that they make with Satan. And part of that is that they have to tell you what they're going to do to you.
Okay, I'll tell you why that is. That's not exactly what it is, but It's close. And there's a reason for that. And it's the reason why is because if you do something that you know you're not supposed to do, you are then liable to the demonic influence in your life. So that's what sin is. People don't understand what sin is. People think sin's I follow the Bible and this is says it there, and that's not what sin is. Jesus came and restored that. And he said the new law is written in Jeremiah 31:31-34. It says the new law will be written on your hearts and put in your minds. You know what is right and wrong. Okay, a child does. Now you can pervert that child's mind, but that's why the Bible says if you pervert a child's mind or do anything to the little ones, it's better for you to have a millstone thrown around your neck and cast into the sea. But naturally, a child knows what was right and wrong. If you leave a child, you don't need to tell them stealing is wrong. They'll know by default stealing is wrong.
That doesn't belong to me. I shouldn't take it.
Yes.
It's just innately in.
It is in most children, unless they're programmed otherwise, which that's been a lot of that has happened. But you know what is right and wrong.
Oh, Binu Hasad. The irony is not lost on me that the very things that he just said are going to lead a multitude of children astray. Let's go and just look at what the Word itself teaches us about sin. Okay. 1 John chapter 3 verse 4. Whosoever commits chata transgresses also the Torah, for chata is the transgression of the Torah. That's pretty obvious, and this is much after Yahusha HaMashiach, or the Messiah's resurrection. By no means done away with. Torah is not done away with. Romans 7:7. What shall we say then? Is the Torah chata? Never. Nay. I had not known chata but by the Torah, for I had not known lust except the Torah had said, you shall not lust. Amen. Hosea 8, or the prophet they call Hosea. Place the shupar to your mouth. He shall come as an eagle against the house of Yahuwah, because they have transgressed my oath and trespassed against my Torah. The wrath of Yahuwah is coming upon those who break his commandments. The Torah is not abolished. It is not done away with. Heaven and earth will pass away, but the Torah will never pass away. These guys are extremely dangerous. They will lead a lot of folks astray and to the lake of fire. Let's look also at the prophet Daniel, chapter 9, verse 11. Yea, all Yashar'Al have transgressed your Torah, even by departing, that they may not obey your voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the Torah of Moshe, servant of Elohim, because we have transgressed against him. And one more really strong one here for the road, because you know how these lawless, idolatrous ones are like, oh yeah, all that's nailed to the cross, it's all done away with. Mityahu chapter 5, beginning in 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the Torah or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to complete. For Aman I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, not one yod or tittle shall in any wise pass from Torah, till it all be completed. Whosoever therefore shall break one of the least, and shall teach others, shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach Torah shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you shall in no case enter into the kingdom. Now I know that some people will say that this right here means that you can't enter in. The point is not that the Torah is done away with. It's that the curse of Hatah and death, that if you break the least of these commandments, you will suffer as if you broke all of them. Okay? The point is, this man said it very well. I'm going to go and show you what he said. But first, let me just say, give favor to me, your brother, as I know there's a lot of unclean words, a lot of curses that we're going to be showing on the screen. I'll do my best to replace them as they come up. The English language is filled with curses and names of foreign mighty ones, which we're commanded to not have upon our lips. Okay, as it is written in Exodus 23:13, and in all things that I have said unto you, be guarded and make no mention of the name of the other Elohim, neither let it be heard out of your mouth. Okay, so we're not supposed to have the names of foreign mighty ones upon our lips, and we dang sure don't want to be speaking curses over one another. But let me show you how this man explained it. So the question was asked, where in the Bible does it say sin is a transgression of the law? So that was the question. And the answer, that was very well stated. Credit to Michael Langford. Okay. He points out here the verse is 1 John 3:4, as is written, whosoever commits hatah transgresses also the law, for hatah is a transgression of the law. He gave some other scriptures right here, which we went over already. As can see from the cross-reference, the Apostle John did not simply pull that notion out of thin air. The Ruach Ha'Qadash reminded John the definition of Atah of Yahuah had already decreed through the prophets in the scriptures. What is highly significant is that the Ruach Ha'Qadash caused John to write those words more than 50 years after Yahusha HaMashiach died and rose again to make the atonement for our crimes. Here's why this is crucial. If favor through Mashiach truly means that Yahuwah's Thurah and his commandments have been nailed to the cross, so that by favor we are free to break the Thurah, and we freely disregard and disobey Yahuwah's Thurah, then why is transgression of Yahuwah's Thurah still the definition of what it means to Hatah, even more than 50 years after Hamashiach died? Are you kidding? No. It was not Yahuwah's Thurah and commandment that were nailed to the cross. It was our transgression. It was the record of our violation of Yahuwah's Thurah that is nailed to the stake, actually. Yahuwah's Thurah remains intact and in force until the new heaven and the new earth are accomplished, Isaiah 66 and Revelation 21, 1 through 7. Until then, it is highly dangerous to teach people to disregard or to disobey even the least of Yahuwah's Thurah, Matthew 5:17 through 20, which we also covered. So once again, family, it is extremely important to test all things against the scriptures to see if they be true or no, to be aware of these false light agents. They are far greater in number than I ever even imagined. More examples here. Let me share this little clip from a video that I already put up. They give you your HEROS, the false light. Listen.
Raw. I want to share this quote from Albert Pike, the Pope of Freemasonry, from 1908. We always give the public their heroes. We give the heroes to every faction, and then people, once they hear this person say all the right things, we give release to them because he or she speaks for me. We say, go there, go do that, and they do it. We give our power to the authorized heroes. And trying to tell y'all to stop trusting known liars. These people would not have the power, the influence, the fortune, the fame if they did not sell out to the prince of this world. You need to understand the etymology of a hero. A hero is a demigod. A demigod would be like half man, half fallen angel, aka Nephilim, the Nephal, the mighty males of old. The false light is a trap that will catch the masses. Shalom.